and we say good morning to the man on the motherland. I think it's the first time I'm going to Africa.
Oh, okay.
I think so. You've been to Africa before?
Yeah, man,
You've
yeah,
spoken to folks in Africa before?
I've been to Blinky Bill's place, Kenya.
Ah,
Yeah.
awesome. So with that said, Bridge Nation, help me to make welcome the man himself, Blinky Bill. Good morning, sir.
Or good evening.
Good evening, sir.
What time?
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you
man.
loud and clear, my friend. What time is it where you are?
It's around 5:30. I've been driving to the village all day.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome.
So, as you can see,
Yeah?
Nice.
I've just jumped on the car.
All right. So welcome to the
Welcome
airways.
to Africa.
Thank you so
Respect.
much, and welcome to the areas of the Bridge 99. My friend, your
Yeah.
music was introduced to me by my producer. So she shared with me and she says, Roddy, this is an artist that we're going to have the privilege of speaking with tomorrow. I listened. Some of the songs caught my attention. Some of them we can't play on air right away. But I did find some music that I said, yes, we want to share this music with the Bridge Nation. You might also want to say good morning to my co-host, Shells in the building. Forgive me, Shells.
Yeah, man. No, good, man.
Yeah.
Great things,
Good
Blinky Bill.
morning.
Yeah.
Blessings, bro. Blessings.
All right. So talk to us. Your musical journey. Give us some background as to who you are, your birth into the musical space. Tell us.
I'm a producer, first and foremost from Nairobi. But I also I've been making music for a while. And I had an electronic music band called Just a Band that had the first viral video in Kenya. And so I've been making music like with so many different kinds of artists, and now I'm making my own solo stuff.
And all right, so what made that transition? Why from producing to saying, all right, I'm going to voice? It's always interesting to understand what made that prompted you to make that move.
Because I think as a producer, sometimes you have some ideas that other people might not be able to implement or like pull off in the way that you envision it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just decided to to grab the mic. And people used to tell me, no, you should be in the background. Then and I was just like at that, like this was at around 2010. And Kanye West was also like really pushing things as a producer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I could do this thing.
Definitely.
And so far, so good.
Doing it and doing it well, my friend. The sounds
man.
coming out from the studio is infused with a lot of world sounds. Talk to me about how is it your reach and the acceptance of your music locally and internationally.
You know, Kenya is a small country.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to hear music from everywhere around the world. So Jamaican music is a really big influence on Kenyan sounds. And a lot of Jamaican artists get to play in Nairobi. Mm-hmm. But also there's a lot of like American music, South African music, Nigerian music. So it becomes a melting pot of different sounds. So, and also now I'm discovering a lot of my traditional sounds. This is why I'm in the countryside.
All right, so some of those traditional sounds also you're hearing and infusing in the way you produce and deliver music.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Shells, at this time, you want to have a word with Blinky?
Yeah, man. Greetings again, Blinky.
Greetings, man.
I've had, as mentioned earlier, I've had the privilege of visiting Kenya with Richie Spice.
Oh wow!
And so yeah, man. And I understand the love over there for our music, and trust me, the love coming from Kenya here in Jamaica, trust me, it's real, bro. So what I want to know is, tell me about the Jamaican influences on your music. Are there any artists? Is there any artists that come to mind when it comes to inspiration for your music?
So many, man. Bob Marley, obviously.
Yeah.
Chronics. Yellow Man, Sean Paul,
Wow.
Shabara.
That's
there's too many artists, man.
Any hopes of
I love the writing, the message.
Yeah, respect. Any hopes for collaborations between yourself and Jamaican artists?
I met Chronics in Nairobi.
Wow.
And we hung out for a little bit. Hopefully, maybe next year when I come through to Jamaica.
Yeah, respect, man.
Wonderful. So you have intentions to visit the little island of Jamrock. And
Nice.
what would inspire such a move? Why would you want to come here, Blinky Bill?
Of course, man. You guys have inspired so much music around the world. I have to come visit, like
Aw-
at least once in my life, bruh, and maybe
awesome.
play there
We
and just collaborate with artists over there because I think there's so much right now. There's so much attention on African music, so, so much attention on African music, and we're just trying to collaborate and share with everyone who's of the same spirit, you know.
Wonderful,
Respect.
wonderful. And talking about the attention on African music, your music has infused a lot of instruments. In the background, one of my favorites that I've heard from you is Attention. This now is very musical. It is not following the same path or sound of pop Afrobeats. It is still a lot of folk sounds infused in the music. Let me not guess or assume. Tell me a little bit more. What's the influence behind a song like Attention?
So that song was produced by a friend of mine who's also a producer. And as soon as I heard it, it reminded me of Fela Kuti with the horns. And then I was just like, it sounds like something that Wizkid would jump on, but we had no access to Wizkid. So we're just like, I'm going to write like Wizkid is in the room.
Lovely. Wrote like it and delivered wonderfully on it, Blinky Bill. Let's give all the Bridge Nation a listen.
I give it that, I give it that. Prove and I like it, continue that way. And I think I'll wife it. I need someone I can face real life. Every day I'm
Shells, I feel Blinky Bill has a little more. I'm feeling very African right now because you see when Blinky Bill look on a woman and say, "Yo, give me that thing, and if I like it, I wife it." You know, I say some yardy talk that's in a bridge.
Yard talk that.
Hey, this one resonated immediately the first time I heard it. Loved it, Blinky Bill. And the instruments, the whole production, and the style is wonderful. And you gave us this one in English, but some of the other songs, you gave us a little more of your native dialect, a little English mixed in between. Tell me, how are those songs received, and why would you give us... You're introducing the language at the same time as you are crossing over. Talk to me about that.
So the language that I'm speaking is Swahili, which is the most spoken language in Africa. It's like there's so many different countries that speak a dialect of Swahili, which is a mix of Arabic and Bantu. And there's one time I was playing a show in New York, and I was playing alongside Amadou and Maria, and I saw them play in their traditional Malian language, and everyone in Central Park was just jamming along to it. So it made me a bit more confident to use our traditional language, you know?
All right.
Because, so that's really why I use it, because it's the first language that I speak very comfortably.
Yeah.
Pronounce the title of, do I get it correctly when I say Ama Aje?
Ama Aje.
Ama Aje. That is what we're going to give the Bridge Nation a listen to right now. This is the sounds of a Blinky Bill. Bridge Nation, I don't know half the words they're saying, but I'm going to take a guess. Blinky Bill, I'm going to take a guess that this is a man courting a woman, telling her that he want her to come ride with him, probably take her up on a holiday, make, slow dancing, little romancing. Am I on the right path in the...
Of course.
That's what the song is saying, don't it?
Of course.
That's the power of music, my friend. That's... I tell you no lie.
So you see, the language is like, you get it. You get it.
So tell me, exactly what is the song saying?
It's a love song. It's like about my girl and how much she means to me.
Wonderful, wonderful, my friend. This one translates well. Before, as Daniela introduced the music to me, I told her that I don't have an issue playing songs to which I can't interpret the words. because music, when you present music in a certain way, you can interpret it without understanding the language. The language is not a barrier. My friend, there's no barrier in this song, but we hear the music, we feel it, and we understand it. Talking about music, I understand that you're putting together a body of work. You're putting together, is it an EP or an album for 2023?
It's an album. It's my favorite piece of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a mix of electronic music, a little bit of dancehall, a lot of African sounds, a lot of traditional tribal percussion sounds, and it's just like a representation of Africa.
Awesome.
That's through my eyes, because a lot of times right now people are really checking out Afropop or Amapiano, but I think that African music is more wider than that.
We know this, yes.
Exactly. So this is going to be my own interpretation of this from a producer's perspective, taking in a lot of this sound from elsewhere and just bringing it home.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kenya.
So how many tracks are you going to capture? That's a lot to
We're
embody
gonna
on the album.
I've made a lot of music, but it's probably going to be 11 tracks that are the most solid.
Awesome.
And it's like political, it's like love, it's like self-awareness, it's like the pride of being African at this moment and sharing that with the globe. Yeah, I think it's gonna be my favorite. I think it's gonna translate well.
I do believe it will translate very well. From what I've heard so far, you're doing an amazing job with the music, taking this and giving us some different sounds. Love the use of the instrument, love the horns. So many things that are being done in the music that we can't even talk about all of them. But before I go, Shells, you want to have an next reasoning with Blinky Bill?
Yeah, Blinky Bill, just want to know where can our peeps, especially here in Jamaica and all over the world, follow your music? Where can we find your music?
And you can find me at Blinky Bill Music on Instagram. On Twitter is at Hey Blinky. I'm on TikTok. I just joined Mr. Blinky 2. But I still don't know what to do with TikTok.
Well, that prompts me to the next question. We're in a visual space. A lot of our consumers, we have to hear the music and see the music. Talk to us about putting out those videos and the inspiration behind the videos, how you translate the music into visual representation.
Yeah, I'm working with a lot of really good visual artists in Nairobi.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of really progressive, cutting-edge video directors in Nairobi City who can compete with anyone in the world. So I'm very excited for you guys to see how we interpret the music. But also, this is something that I've done for a long time in terms of working with visuals. So if you go to my YouTube, you're going to see like very strong visuals, which I'm very proud of, that represent Kenya and represent Africa in a very different way. So please check out my YouTube, Mr. Blinky Bill.
All right.
Man.
All right. So the title of the upcoming album is We Cut Keys 2. That was... okay.
That's exactly it.
Okay. All right. So, Blinky Bill, want to say thank you so much for taking the time to share the music with us,
man.
giving us some background to the music. But you're going to take us out in style. You're going to give us something, a word of inspiration in your native tongue, in Swahili.
Ooh.
Give us something, a proverb or a quote that we can take today.
Habari gani mzuri sana.
Habari
Jina langu
gani
ni
suni
Blinky.
sana.
Mzuri sana.
Nizuri sana. And that means...
Yeah, Damian Marley once used that Swahili phrase in a song of his in the album with Nas and Damian Marley.
Yes.
Oh.
It says Habari gani mzuri sana.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, so that means it's a greeting.
Oh.
I say how are you and you say I'm well.
Awesome.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
I'm so excited to meet you guys when I come through next year. I'm gonna be working with some really good artists.
Looking forward to it. Blinky Bill, all the more success.
I'll come there in person so we can jam.
Yes,
man.
Looking forward to it. It was a blessing, Blinky Bill. Peace and love, my brother. Protection.
Kwairi, my bro.
Peace and love, man. Thank you.
Respect.